In this very special episode of BRENWEEK, the group heads out to the shores of the Gulf of Mexico to comb the beach for treasure. Join Brennan, Ron, and Cassie as they explore the sands of the unknown.
Hello, this is Bedrock Bryn during BRENWEEK, and I have brought my metal detector to find ancient, special Aztec treasure, possibly Spanish galleons. We're gonna search and we're gonna find this shit. Better fucking believe it.
It is a known fact that most of the Aztecs were virtually wiped off the face of the earth. The Aztecs battled disease given to them by their European colonists that had invaded the Americas. They provided the Aztec Empire the gifts of mumps, measles, and smallpox. What many historians do not know is that some Aztecs survived because of a strong immunity to these diseases that most others did not.
So I'm gonna explain this. So there's different modes of this. You can up the sensitivity, bring it down. Sometimes it's okay to bring it down a little bit. Sometimes it's oversensitive, just like women. And I'm just kidding. Different modes. See, all metal, and it'll acknowledge any iron and foil. But a lot of iron and foil is trash, and it's not worth much anyways as metals go. So I usually like to set it to jewelry because it still has a big range from the gold to bronze and silver, and also it'll pick up a lot of different kinds of coins. So that's a really good. I always go by jewelry, and also so when it registers on your little beeper, you push the pinpoint button, and it'll come up. See? It makes a noise. Isn't that sexy? Would you like to make love to it?
What Brennan did not realize that in this scene, an Aztec beach boner surfaced from the sands. The arousal is known as the Quezerotic Sandstaff, known to happen to ward off treasure seekers with their obscure and obscene gesture. However, we were not threatened by such measures. We continued on our quest.
Sweet.
You know, let me see it. You know what we do to cowboy sliders?
Let me see it. There's a trash can right behind you.
Well, that's cowboys. So.
Birdie, 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 give me this, yeah, give that bitch some rice.
I heard it. It was beeping.
Yeah, but did it beep first and then you use the pinpointer?
Yeah.
Okay. So click on the pinpointer. That moves around until it goes all the way up. 6 inches down. Yeah!
As Brennan and Cassie toiled through the rough sands of the Gulf, it seemed as though the treasure detector might have possibly found something in the sand. The two dug and dug, scooped and sifted. Could it be the Aztec gods that are distracting them from the true secret of the sands? Will they ever make a 6th season of Boston Legal? That show was the shit. Denny Crane and Alan Shore, back together, fighting the Chinese one law firm at a time. One could only dream. Eventually, they had to bring in fresh blood, in hopes that their treasure hunt was not in vain.
Explain everything to Cassie. Come on the shoulder, so I'll explain everything. Check this out. So there's a sensitivity meter. I think the sensitivity is all the way up. So we'll make this some gun cry later. I like to keep it on the jewelry mode because it kind of cuts out iron and foil. And then basically All he has to do is walk back and forth, kind of like slowly going back and forth with it as he's walking along. Kind of, you gotta take your time because it'll pinpoint, but it'll actually maybe over here while you're thinking it's right there. So you just gotta kind of take your time while you go along. You don't need to find like the penis today, okay? I want to get back to my tripod so I can sit on it.
It did not take long for Ron, a first-time treasure hunter, to find out what could be the find of the century. Could this be beginner's luck? Or could it be something that will furnish everyone's lives up until the end of days?
Fortunately, it's cursed to keep the fork because it's a sacred utensil used in sacrifice. They just plunged it in the eyeballs, pulled it out.
Brennan's statement ended up being one of the most false claims to ever come from his mouth, and the sun god ended up punishing him to a life full of possessed praise until he deemed him to be released.
Best that we don't keep that. I don't want to be visited by Aztec ghosts tonight. I do not wish to get raped by ghosts. We shall continue onwards, ever so gingerly and carefully.
This was the worst thing that Ron could have done, pointing the treasure detector in the sky, setting off all sorts of coordinate changes, shifting the seas and earth, and thus bringing about the apocalypse. Or just turn them into babbling idiots.
New shine is like lip gloss on a prom night. You know everyone is looking for her good time. Spotlight blinds, but I'll keep flying like Icarus. If I fall from the sky, just know that I live for this. Cloud surfing cowabunga on this motherfucker, and I'll smile back Mac Miller on this motherfucker. Not lonely on this island, I am the true mother lover. Fuck your mom and I will give you the gift of another brother. Seaman, you say that I get on your fucking nerves. Fantasies, 3 little words, pussy, money, weed, that's what Lil Wayne taught me. You could ask Rick Ross, the police had never caught me. You so big that all I speak is greatness. Got these bitches jealous cause I know they're gonna hate this. They are little lemurs while my group is going ape shit. Going off on my beat cause you know your girl faked it.